Willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge von L.A. Noire. Gut, wir können uns mal hier in der Bar umschauen. Ich glaube, erstmal die Zeitung uns anschauen. Ich glaube, die hatten wir noch nicht gesehen beim letzten Mal. Okay, verspricht geistigen Durchbruch. Schauen wir doch mal.
Courtney, come in. Have a seat.
Thanks, Doctor.
How are you finding working at the clinic?
It's, fine.
Are you sure?
Can I be honest with you, Doctor?
I would hope so, Courtney.
I was hoping that the therapy would be more beneficial.
Treatment can unfortunately be very long-term.
So many of the patients here are addicts, Doctor.
Many of them have been for years, Courtney. In the past, these people were condemned to sanatoriums. If we can reveal the root of the problem, then we have a chance to help them.
And until then, they stay sedated?
Do I detect a hint of reproach, Courtney?
I was expecting more, Doctor. I'm sorry. I don't mean to criticize.
Part of being a physician, Courtney, is learning to be patient.
How is it possible to keep so many of them on their medications, Doctor? Many of their addictions are illegal.
Oh, many things in life are gray, Courtney. What may on the surface appear to be illegal is actually of benefit to society at large.
Jupp, und auch hier zeigt sich mal wieder, dass der gute Mann nicht so ganz koscher zu sein scheint. Na gut, mal gucken, was der Herr Barkeeper zu sagen hat.
I'm Detective Phelps of the LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
Name would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Where is the owner?
He stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
Na gut, dann fragen wir doch mal nach der Fahrerflucht.
What can you tell me about the accident?
Not a lot. It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
Glaube ich ja nicht so, wenn die das oben schon mitgekriegt hat.
So what was he doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the sidewalk.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight. The owner made him take it outside. It was pretty ugly.
Okay.
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
Not one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
Was Lester drinking alone?
No. He came here with his wife. She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
Okay.
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
Okay, er scheint wieder ein bisschen unsicher zu sein. Zweifeln wir das nochmal an.
Why was Lorna Patterson in such a hurry to leave? What is going on here?
Lorna was pretty upset, so Leroy took her home. Lorna and Leroy are close. They've been talking about opening a new bar.
Leroy.
Leroy Sabo, the owner.
Okay.
How long have Lorna and Leroy been talking about this new bar?
Who knows? I just served the drinks.
Na, ich glaube, du weißt ein bisschen mehr, ne?
Bartenders hear all sorts of things. Are you gonna tell me, or do we have to start playing rough?
When Lester was drinking, he treated Lorna like dirt. He gambled away all their money. Lorna pitched Leroy about the bar. I don't know how interested he is.
Is Leroy doing well?
Hell no. The only thing keeping this place afloat are the poker games.
Thanks for your help, Lynch. I'm gonna need you to sign a statement with the patrolman.
Sure, no problem.
You get anything out of the regulars?
They weren't giving too much away. They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day. And Lester was a fan of the love tap.
Ja gut, dann habt ihr tatsächlich noch irgendwas zu sagen? Ich glaube, mitzunehmen ist hier auch nichts mehr. Telefonieren wir mal kurz.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need to run a partial license plate, 3 Charles 8. Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a red Lincoln Continental.
Just a moment, Detective. Only one possible make on that license. Registered to a William Shelton, 738 West Temple Street.
Thanks.
Looks like we caught a break on this one.
Okay. Dann schauen wir uns das doch mal an.
So this is why everybody comes to Ray's.
Ah. Den Pokertisch gefunden. Ich glaube, hier gibt es aber nichts zum Anschauen, oder? Ne. Ist hier noch was Interessantes? Ich glaube erstmal nicht. Wir haben ja auch, soweit ich weiß, hier alles. Gut, dann fahren wir mal, oder lassen uns mal rüberfahren.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Zu Shelton, glaube ich, erstmal. Soll ich mal einigen, wer jetzt fährt?
That's the son of a bitch right there. William Shelton?
Yes?
It doesn't look good, Shelton. You packing your bags and making a run for it? You know why we're here.
Yes. The accident.
We've got witnesses who can put this car at the scene, not to mention the physical damage. This is open and shut, Shelton.
That coward thinks he can run from everything.
Na, da bin ich mal gespannt. Gucken, ob wir da jetzt hinterherkommen. Ohne allzu viel Stress zu schieben und zu viel... Ah, weg, weg, weg. Jetzt wegtüten den Kollegen.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
Ja, ja.
No wonder he killed someone driving like this.
Kriegen wir ihn?
Don't let that asshole get away.
Ja, ja, ich bin ja dran. Keine Sorge. Aber ich muss sagen, die Verfolgungsjagden gehen doch einigermaßen gut, zumindest noch. Ja, das war knapp. Mit diese Taxen hier. Das glaube ich auch. Weg, 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 weg.
He's heading into the station. Go on, get after him.
Hold it right there, Sheldon.
Wo ist denn der hin? Da hinten. Na komm.
All right, I give up.
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
How does a vehicular manslaughter rap sound, Sheldon?
I hit him. I admit it. I just panicked, but it wasn't my fault.
What do you mean?
The guy jumped right out in front of me. He came out of nowhere. There's nothing I could do about it.
Why didn't you stop?
I've had accidents before.
That's it. We're done here. The DA is gonna love you.
They weren't all my fault. I'm a surveyor. I need my license for my job. There were people around. A woman and a man were standing right next to him. I thought they could get him to a hospital. I'm telling you, it's not my fault.
The guy is dead, Sheldon.
You can't be serious.
William Shelton, you're coming downtown. We need to talk about a manslaughter charge.
Leave the coroner and the paperwork. Procedure can wait. We should probably go speak to the wife and let her know what's happening.
Mhm.
Okay. You become all hard at the prospect of paperwork, don't you?
Schauen wir doch mal, was die Frau hat. Für uns.
So the wife was there when it happened, but then left the scene.
You're right. That's pretty unusual behavior.
She could be in shock. I saw some people do some strange things in the war after their buddies got hurt.
Maybe. Maybe she doesn't give a fuck. According to the patrons, her old man was a piece of work.
You don't think...
Phelps, the guy was run over. So it worked out well for this broad. So what? Maybe she deserved to catch a break. Who knows?
If you were losing weight.
Naja, dann klopfen wir hier mal freundlich an und schauen, was die gute Dame zu sagen hat.
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Patterson.
Is this about my husband?
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
I see. Come in, won't you?
Oh, ist aber nett. So eine nette
Can you tell
Frau.
me what happened?
What's to tell? He got hit by a car and now he's dead.
You don't appear to be too upset about the fact.
Lester and I met on a furlough in '44. We got married that weekend. People don't understand it now, but that happened a lot back then.
I see. So you probably did well to stick it out this long.
What's that supposed to mean, mister? I think it's about time you left. I have someone here,
I
and
beg your pardon? You're gonna have to run that one by us again, sister.
It's okay, Lorna. I'm Leroy Sabo.
Well, well. Nice to see you're comforting the grieving widow, Mr. Sabo.
All right, wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
You can confirm Mrs. Patterson's story.
Lester lost at cards. He was kind of hard to control when he lost his temper. He turned without looking and walked right out in front of the car. It wasn't good.
What's your relationship with Mrs. Patterson, Mr. Sabo?
We're friends. Good friends.
You expect me to believe that?
Look, I was filing for divorce. Mental cruelty. Lester could be a mean son of a bitch.
And Lester knew about that?
No, I hadn't told him.
Well, hasn't this worked out well for the two of you? I feel almost bad for busting in on this little rendezvous.
Na, dann fragen wir doch mal nach der Fahrerflucht.
How did the car come to hit Lester?
He walks straight into the path of an oncoming car.
Na, ich glaube ja nicht.
You expect me to believe that, Lorna? It's all very convenient.
Gambling for Lester was like the needle for a hophead. He was yelling at me. He was yelling at the whole world. I kind of felt sorry for the driver. Poor guy had no chance.
You were arguing in the bar and on the sidewalk?
We were always arguing. So what?
Admit it. You were baiting him, pushing his buttons. We can easily get the full story from the regulars in the bar.
All right. Lester was playing cards out back. He lost, of course, and wanted back in. He suggested I earn the money on my back to get a mistake. That was the proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies. So maybe I was a little angrier than usual. Let's just say I took exception to his idea.
Na, ist ja auch nicht so das Wahre hier.
The bartender said that you and Leroy were planning to go into business together. Can you explain how you'll get the money to do that?
I have a little money saved away.
Wir haben ja die Dings noch, fällt mir gerade ein. Ich glaube eher nicht.
You're being economical with the truth, Lorna.
You want to back that up, little man?
Yep. Und zwar den Versicherungsbrief.
You increased the premium on Lester's life insurance. GI insurance policies have a $10,000 payout.
It was Leroy's idea. Lester lived on the edge. He was always getting into fights, crap games, pinochle, you name it. Turns out it was good advice.
It speaks to motive and premeditation, Lorna.
You're forgetting the hit and run detective.
You and Mr. Sabo have an interesting day.
I'm sure we will, officer. Now, if you could both just leave.
We're leaving, ma'am. Sorry for your loss. I can see what a tough time you're having with all this.
Sollen wir uns hier noch großartig umschauen? Noch irgendwas mitnehmen? Zeitung oder so? Wir könnten ja einen Pfannkuchen machen.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Es sieht nicht so aus, als wäre hier noch irgendwas Interessantes. Haben sie hier auch Karten gespielt? Na, sieh mal einer an. Wir können auch gleich hier telefonieren. Telefon. Wahrscheinlich da draußen. Noch. So, da hinten wäre was. Dann gehen wir da doch einfach mal hin. Hep, hep, hep.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Just one detective from the coroner. Message reads, Phelps, see me at Central Morgue immediately. Results of the Pattison autopsy.
Thanks, man.
You see the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another accommodation?
Mother's coming in tonight on the train.
Interessant. So. Ich glaube, dann werden wir in der nächsten Folge die gute Dame nochmal darauf ansprechen. Was das wird. Oder fahren wir zuerst mal zum Leichenschauhaus? Vielleicht fahren wir uns erst vielleicht aus. Das aber in der nächsten Folge. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß, beziehungsweise wir können gerade noch uns hinfahren lassen.
You're behind the wheel. Do we know where we're going?
Yep. Und ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Seid beim nächsten Mal wieder mit dabei. Und bis dahin. Macht's gut und ciao, ciao.